There's a sound. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, I am making my own music, and this is Super Secret Stream number 17. So, oop, oop. I'm going to post this in a couple of places, but right now, Super Secret Stream number 17 live now. Do, 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 do. Why did do that? Do 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 boom 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 boom. And no, I'm not a beatboxer by trade. Of course, I'm not a good beatboxer either, so. Number 17 live now. Maybe I'll go ahead and do that and read out discussion. Doing another secret stream. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Game game dev. Oh, game dev, game dev, adventure, CYOA. Okay, there we go. Super secret stream 17. There we go. Read out engine. What? How come that's not working right? Give me a second, please. Huh, that is so weird. That is so weird. Oh, I see. At other. Is it red otter plays? Red. Where is? Where? Red otter. Okay, wait a second. Hold on a sec. Here, I guess here. So you, at least you can see what I'm doing here. X.com. Red Outer plays, and I don't get it. Yeah, say. Uh, I don't know why. That's all my timeline. Okay, let's wow, followers. Gallery. Hmm. Okay, fine. Oh, verified followers. Let's go to followers. Uh, where is Red Otter plays? I don't see him anywhere. Yeah, not interested. Just a second here. Hold on. I have to go through some of these and see if there's any like kind of not so good followers in here. Follower, where is Red Otter? What happened to Red Otter? Did he get knocked off? Following. At least should be following Red Otter. Anyways. Boom, 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 boom. I wonder what happened to Red Otter. Somehow he's gone or something, I guess. Redot. Huh, that is so weird. Let's check my profile. Or let's check my notification, not my profile. Let's see if Red Otter is in here, because I was just talking to what happened to Red Otter. So maybe they just changed to something else. Nope. Red Otter Plays is just totally not in here anymore. It's weird. Let's see. Okay, alright, let's go back to my other thing over here. Okay, I guess I don't need to do this just because I'm targeting a specific community. Redot engine. Why is that Redot engine? Okay, not everyone. Let's go to oh, that is community, that's why. Um by the way, does anyone know what happened to Red Other Plays? All right. Re.engine. Re. Okay. So, all right. Let's go ahead. Actually, let's do something here. Is this thing on? And really, it just is the chat on. Okay, the chat wasn't working earlier. It wasn't sending chat to YouTube this earlier. Um. Okay, let's go ahead and just do that, and let's go ahead and endless tunnel, endless tunnel. Okay, no endless tunnel. Okay, so I didn't get anything done today because I was trying to refactor some code that wasn't refactoring and wasn't doing what I wanted to do. So I am going to go ahead and oh, I'll just go back to here. Actually, let's go back to here. Let's go to scripts. Now let's go over to dev stuff and let's go over to odds and ends, and this would be Thursday, May 20, no, Tuesday, May 27th. That was the newest one. That was all of the scripts. Copy. Let's go over here. Paste. Apply this all. Replace. Okay, let's do one more thing. Let's go ahead and start. Here. Let's go to Balloon tab. Let's start this puppy up, and we're going to check to make sure everything should be working like it's supposed to. In fact, including the 2D and everything. In fact, everything is still here, which is fine. And I have to look at something here. Let's go to the scripts. Let's go to Visual Room. And something I didn't think about. Oh, okay. Um, okay, this is actually a duplicate. Um, all right, it's working correctly though, even though it is a duplicate. Because I still want to do the thing where I can modify the room or door and have it extend to the visual. And so that still sounds like inheritance. I was trying to do composition today, and it got all weird and stuff. But I could just go ahead and try to extend stuff. So maybe that's what I should try to do. I'm not sure. Oh, thanks, Greg. Thanks. Okay, so so what I'm gonna do first off is I'm going to go ahead and actually let's go ahead and shrink this down too. And we're going to chat here. Okay, good. And then we'll bring this up. No, I don't want it shrunk down, please. Okay, let's just do this. And let's do that. That'll work. And then I'm gonna sneeze. I don't like sneezing. And we're gonna do this. We're gonna check this out. And I'm gonna go ahead and actually go to Grok right now. And I'm gonna risk not starting a new chat just yet. Okay, it's still, but okay. 11:30 Eastern US time. And I'm doing another late night impromptu live stream, and I've restored my code to the way it was when it was working just yesterday. Please acknowledge. Okay, so I would um I would like to um I'd like to get the design for this locked down. Please don't give me any code, just give me some ideas about how it will work. Of course, you know, I have the rooms and they have doors. And I want to make sure that the game uses just rooms and doors, and then the editor map uses visual rooms and visual doors. Um, and I want the ability to be able to the room door classes and have the visual versions be able to automatically have those members or functions. How is it supposed to be structured that will work the easiest? Like designing it, how is it supposed to work? No code for tonight. At least not right this minute. Okay, let's see what it says. See what it says. Oh, all right. Let's just, okay, well, actually, let's, hold on a second. Recent stream text, and we'll go ahead and YouTube or Rumble. There, I'll ask him YouTube or Rumble. Okay, and then let's go back to here. YouTube, okay, of course. Here, I'll just go to my, I'll just go to this directly. Copy. Okay. Super stream, 17 now. Okay, so I should instead of doing this, I should go back to where should I do it? Go back to the restream deal here, and then let's go. Let's pop this up. And actually, let's go back in Grok. So, um, okay. If you don't get what I'm doing, um, I am asking Grok about how the structure of basically the structure of my rooms and doors are supposed to work because I tried to do the inheritance thing and then there's something weird in the way that I do stuff with it because editor map does all kinds of it recreates doors and it does all this other kind of stuff kind of externally, so it's not everything's internal like maybe it should be. Okay, you don't like down design. uh um User room contains a room instance as a member variable. Yeah, I was doing that and that was getting me in trouble though. Okay, data access to room member, adding editor specific visuals. There's one thing I could probably do. Well, I'll just let it go through its deal here, and then I'll put in my suggestion here. Accessible via the embedded instances, right? E simplest to maintain. Visual only handle visuals with room and door changes. Propagate automatically. Requires manual syncing of visual doors with room doors. Okay, so that's kind of what I was having the problem with. It was and the one thing that I didn't think about doing if I'm doing composition is I could make sure that the class is the only way you access doors and rooms in the class. In fact, I could actually lump them in together into one class so that they don't have separate classes. That might work. Inheritance with decorator pattern. Visual room extends room. Visual door extends door. Add a decorator like interface for override or wrap room door methods to add editor visuals while preserving base functionality. Game uses room door directly. Editor map uses which will inherit all room door members' functions. Okay, add visual logic overridden. Call base methods. Add visual setup. Automatic updates. Yeah, visual classes only need to override methods that require editor specific behavior. Easy for automatic updates. Requires careful overriding to avoid breaking base functionality. Risk of tight coupling between game editor and logic. And it doesn't matter. There's a thing between um, like game and editor logic because the game is the game and the editor is a special editor map class or scene that I'm working from. So they're totally separate. So that doesn't hurt everything. Composition with proxy properties. Use composition but expose room door properties via proxy getters and setters. Uses room and door. Editor map uses visual room, which forward property access to the room door members via automatic updates, accessible, ease, balance flexibility of composition with editor usability. Adding proxy properties for new members is manual but straightforward, less coupling than inheritance. Right, because I'll have to add like an access function to be able to access certain things. It's the easiest and most maintainable. Keeps room and door and editor logic separate, avoiding inheritance's tight coupling. Room door changes are accessible via the embedded instances without refining them in visual room, visual door. How it works, game logic, that's normal. Visual room has a room member. Visual doors array delegates data access to room. Visual door has door member, automatic. Avoids overriding complexity of inheritance. Syncing visual doors is simple. Yeah, yeah. That's what I was trying to do, and that's why I was having the problem. Not that it wouldn't work if I did it again, but I kind of have to work with what's already existing, so I don't end up rewriting everything. basically, before I need to. Stems from visual doors contain door instances likely due. Yeah, right. I know. Yep. Design notes. Game versus editor. Room manager only sees room and door. Thinking. I have kind of a third idea. I think might work. Which is what you said, composition with accessors or access functions, but instead of two separate classes for the visual part, I just have one class with both door and room members. I think. Now, okay. The only problem would be probably maintaining separate like separate arrays for certain things of the visual part. I think it'll be a single room class, visual room class with the doors embedded in it. So the regular room and door members will be there. The visuals will be there, and the doors will be created within the visual room class. Uh, if I want to, well, okay, so if I want to add stuff to the room and doors, it'll automatically be there. That's fine. Again, I'd have to write access functions for it. But things like color and stuff, they can be separate array. They can be, I can make them. Um, I think they're actually, I think they're actually dictionaries. I think I'm using dictionaries, not actual array or arrays. Let's see. So class with both. Um, Instead of two separate classes for a visual part, I had one class with. Does this sound like a decent idea? And then I can have the thing that actually constructs the doors from the specs. Um, I can have that code within, instead of being in the editor map, I could have it actually within the visual room, basically. Third design idea, and a room door visual, but instead of separate visual room and door classes, you have a single class containing both room and door members. You wanted to know if this is a decent idea. For combined with the composition of access is a feasible idea, but has trade-offs. Here's a concise assessment. Single visual class, one class visual node with a room member and a doors array member, or a map of door instances. That's what I'm thinking about doing. I thought it was, but I think it's actually an array now that I think of it. Visual node handles all editor visuals, panels, color door lines, color door visual lines for both rooms and doors. Visual node embeds a room for room data and multiple door instances for door data. Accessors, get room ID, get door color, expose room door properties in the editor. Game versus editor. The game uses room/door directly. The editor map uses visual node instances representing room in its doors with visuals tied to the embedded room and door data. Visual node syncs its doors with room.doors Um, adding visual properties, color per door, new room door members. Yeah, and then it's just a simple like an array um and in fact I can actually probably do like a couple of like different objects. Like I can have an array or well I'd probably use an array I guess, but an array with like three different kinds of data or the multiple kinds of data. Do something like that anyways. Regardless. Pros, unified visual logic. One class simplifies editor visualization, consolidating panel line and color logic for both rooms and doors. Automatic updates. New room and door members functions are accessible via room/doors, requiring no changes to visual node, unless new visuals are needed. For your classes, reduces complexity by avoiding separate visual room/visual door, potentially streamlining editor map.pd's room management. Room and door properties editable in the inspector. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I can do the proxy deal where yeah, where it accesses the things directly. Complexity in a single class. Combining room and door visuals in one class can make visual node bloated, as it handles both room level panels and bell visuals and door level color recs and lines. And actually, it's going to be um, it's actually going to be unified because I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to actually make it to where um, I can draw all the nodes and the lines uh, onto one node 2D instance. So like where I'm actually drawing the lines right now. Let me show this. Where I'm actually drawing these lines. This is actually using this custom line 2D um, class. So it's there's a node 2D. There's I can draw on it, and then I draw a line, and so each line has its own like node. So instead of having like multiple kinds of nodes, if you as you can see here, you can see all the lock icons. That's because this is a horizontal. This is an HBox container. Both of these are HBox containers. Then the lines container is its own thing. It's actually multiple lines container that actually coming off the rooms here. Anywho, um, okay, so cons. Combining room and door visuals in one class can make visual bloated, potentially harder to maintain than separate class door management. Managing multiple door instances in a single visual node, e.g. syncing with syncing doors with rooms.doors. Assigning color per door adds complexity. No, because the only thing I've added to door right now, and I might add something later, is just the color. So right now it has a color, and so it's gonna take the color and it's gonna be an array that corresponds to uh, the the actual door itself, door data. Scene tree structure. Each visual node has a room with embedded doors. May clutter the scene tree as doors aren't separate nodes, unlike visual door as children. Visuals must be managed within visual node hierarchy. There you face could recur if visual nodes doors array mixes door instances. Yeah, but that's okay. Idea if you prioritize simplicity and class count and are comfortable managing room and door visuals in one class, however, it's less modular than separate. Better aligns the game's room door hierarchy. Um, Composition and separate visual room. It's more modular, reducing complexity per class, aligning with the scene tree. Single class drawbacks. Single visual node risks becoming unwieldy, especially for door specific visuals and handling multiple doors per room. It doesn't leverage readout to node hierarchy as effectively. Addressing your goal. Your idea could work. Room doors, door colors, dictionary mapping doors. Yeah, actually, and especially if they're all dictionaries, if the doors array is a doors dictionary, then I can actually map the ID in that, and I can also map the ID in the colors. Each visual node represents a room. Later map.gd manages visual node instances, syncing doors with room doors. Manage door visuals. If I have a less intuitive. I don't know if the one thing. Okay, so there isn't a real sync problem between visual door and door, because the only thing on the doors right now is just a color. Let's see what else. I can mitigate the access by making both the doors array and door color array a dictionary with the ID as the index to both. Acknowledge. I always tell it to acknowledge because I don't want it to take off. It usually does this takeoff thing where it does blah, 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 and I'm trying just to get it to give me an answer or just respond sometimes. Acknowledged. You're refining design for enchanted lands. Knowing there's no significant syncing issues between visual door and door, since visual door only has a color property, you propose mitigating access issues by using dictionaries for both visual doors and door colors. Indexing them by the door's ID to align visual door and door data. And honestly, you can do multiple arrays, so I can always make sure that depending on what it is, you access the multiple data. Right now, there's only destination, there's ID, destination, and choice, and I could actually put those in an array. Each dictionary item or element accessed by ID and with an array. Well, the array doesn't need probably the ID, but I might would store it anyways, so I'm not sure. Also, if I need to add more things to the door, I can probably expand. Actually, I could probably just do it anyways. I could actually. I could also probably create a dictionary of arrays which contains both the door object and the door color. Something like doors would be the room ID or the door ID. I probably index the room ID. It would actually have the room ID in it, so room.id that, and then it would be what would it be? How would I set it? I forget how I'd set it. Make a anyways, I make a separate object. Or some such. I'm still not deciding whether or not to do this or whether to go back to trying to do the composition thing where I sync the doors. The problem with the syncing of the doors is you got to sync the doors. You got to make sure you do that, and you got to make sure that they don't somehow don't cross over. And that was my problem. Of course, that might still add more complexity. And I can tell me what it wants to tell me. What do you think about that? Just a concise summary or advice. Uh, Whenever I work on my game, I stream the game dev, and super secret just means I'm not posting the links everywhere, and I can quit at any time, so it can be any length. Okay. Yes. Okay. It still wants me to do that. But to do that, I have to make sure to do like you said and sync. Um, Doors with original doors. With composition, visual room maintains visual doors to mirror. I guess the one other thing I can do is by mimicking. That's probably with a K. Mimicking um, my one class structure by making sure I can only access doors via the visual room class. Um, might mean a little more work, but it could also mean unifying door creation, um, unifying door creation so that I don't have that problem if I'm only accessing it through the room class. And doors, both door and visual door, are accessed only via Centralized door creation, avoid issues like door instances appearing in visual doors. This might require more work, but could streamline door management and preventing problems. Restrict access to door and visual door instances through visual room methods, ensuring all door-related operations, creation, access visuals go through visual room. This mimics a single class structure's encapsulation while keeping separate visual room and visual door classes. Centralized creation visual room handles creating both door and room.doors and visual door for visual doors, ensuring visual doors always mirrors room.doors with correct visual door instances, preventing errors like door and visual doors. Okay. Trade-off. More work to implement access methods in visual room, but unifies door management, reduces sync issues, and maintains composition benefits. Pros. Centralizing door access to visual room ensures consistency as visual room controls both room doors and visual doors. Right. It prevents external code from directly modifying visual doors, avoiding errors like the door instance issue. It aligns with your goal of a robust, error-free design. Adds overhead to define access methods, right? This is manageable with composition, less flexible than direct visual door access. If you need door-specific editor features later, how it works. Embeds a room, maintains visual doors array, a visual door with each with a door. And honestly, it's still the one class idea anyways, which is, I guess, is kind of dumb in a way, because if I extend a door to a visual door and the only thing it adds is a color, then I'm still doing the same thing anyways. Complements the composition approach with visualizing door access via visual room methods, reduces errors. Sync during creation. It's worth the extra work for a unified, robust design. Creation. Redots node hierarchy. Huh. Okay. Huh. I'm showing it. It's live. You can access it right now. If you want to watch, I can give you a direct link. Otherwise, you can probably figure out how to find my live streams pretty easily. I just call it super secret because I don't post the links in a million places, and I don't have a set time or I don't have a set duration or anything. It's just what I do during the day takes forever, like 10 minutes, because takes forever, like 10 minutes, because I post to the Redot Reddit and their forum. I post to 3 different communities on X, 5 IRC channels, 2 here on Libera.chat, and 2 on ActorNet, and Discord. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 10 different discords. I also think up a I think up some text for the description. So it's not like I'm not sharing the link. It's just I announce it, and you're probably smart enough to find it, unless um, unless you want me to give it to you directly, which I said I would. Yeah, I don't know much about bots, but I need something like that. Okay. Anywho, the YouTube link here. Okay. It's not really super or secret. I just call it. Okay, so and really this just goes back to my single class as well. So I don't know. I do know that maintaining a separate maintaining a separate um doors separate doors and visual doors arrays led to the problem today. And really, it probably needs to be completely rewritten. And really, the editor map is in my layout tool is actually going to be the visuals are going to be completely rewritten. So that's why I kind of wanted to make it unified. Ideally, a room has doors, and the door members. The best approach, but recognize that maintains. Unified door access. Unified access idea. Doors via visual room mirrors the single class visual node, but centralizing door management, reducing sync issues between doors and visual doors. However, a single class risks complexity as it combines room and door visuals, making it harder to manage readouts node hierarchy. Well, no, but see, here's the thing, right? Okay, so I don't know who's all's watching, if anybody's watching. Um, at least one person is watching, I think. Anyways, is actually maybe I should give it a screenshot. I could do that. I give it a screenshot and look at all that. It's a bunch of crap. Okay, so let's just give it a screenshot. Uh, Selection, take screenshot. That. Copy clipboard. Okay, complexity combines room harder to manage readouts node hierarchy. Successors to expose door properties. Only interacts with visual room. This eliminates errors like today's enforcing visual room, visual door classes. Using composition with visual room as the sole access point for doors via methods. Okay, well, it still suggests that I do that, even though I came up with that idea earlier. I mean, I can do that too. I mean, I could still do that, right? Um, I'll have to go through the editor map and uh, the complexity of node of readouts node hierarchy, like this screenshot here. V. Hopefully you can read the screenshot. Some if it hit its limit, or if it's like way up to the limit, it won't be able to tell what I'm looking at. And it's kind of weird. I don't mind it having limits. If it had like imposed limits because it's free, because I'm using the free one, then it should just say that it can't do it because you ran out of free attachments. Oh, you can see. Yeah. Oh, well, you can actually see images, but apparently I've hit that same limitation I've been having, where you refuse to process any images. I still can't tell whether that's because of imposed, because of limitations due to the free account, or if it has some sort of relationship to token maximum token amount, or something else. This means I probably should start a new conversation. Okay. Um, you're unsure if this is due to free count restriction or maximum token like it or another factor you're considering starting a new conversation. Isn't that the free count or token limit, rather system constraint in this context? My capabilities allow me to analyze the images, but there may be a session-specific or conversation-specific restriction that limit on image uploads or processing within a single thread. So starting a new conversation might reset this limit, allowing image processing to work again. Yeah. Um, if I could convert it to text, I would. Maybe, though, I can convert it to text. And I probably only be doing it just for this. Here, let's go up here and let's go to scenes, editor map. It's editor map. Open with text editor. Okay. Actually, that doesn't really matter. I don't know why I'm doing that. I can do a new conversation, but it also means a new conversation means I have to kind of start over and re-explain. It does have a memory though, so it kind of remembers some things. Okay. Okay, so okay. I might start a new conversation tomorrow or maybe tonight. I've not decided yet. In order to implement this new scheme, I have to kind of rewrite editor, sort of. Okay. Let me look over my scripts. Focus on updating, load all rooms, create doors from specs, and assign inbound rooms to ensure they interact with the visual rooms access methods, e.g. get door by ID, populate visual doors correctly, move direct access to room.doors or visual doors, routing all the door operations through visual room methods to prevent sync issues. Okay, so let's try something. Let's try I wonder something. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay, and then where is let's see. Where is the dang thing? Okay, one watching now, and then I was wondering who the mystery Rumble Watcher is because obviously there's the one um let's see view details. That's not what I want to do. Okay, so let's just go ahead and so here. Let's go back to script. Um, let's go to editor map. I think. Yeah. Okay. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and actually I'll do this differently. I'm gonna go ahead and update GitHub here. I don't know why that's in there, but whatever. Um, we reverted back to previous scripts. We'll just do it like that. With comments left in. With the comments left in. That. Commit to main. Push to origin. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all these debug print statements. And that also means I have to recreate them if I need them. But I just want to kind of start clean. So let's see here. Ignore selection changes. Safety check. And okay, that's just regular stuff. Actually, it's just the print statements, right? It's not really all the comments. So print. Okay. Print. Fine. Print. Debug. Get rid of these, all of these guys. Okay. Shoot. A billion of these print statements. Okay. That and get that out there too. Okay. That's fine. Those are prints that are left in. These are prints that are not left in. Boom. Oh. This is extra. Okay, this actually this whole there. And let's take this outside of here. Like that. Okay. Let's do this again here. And ready? Okay. Let's do this again. Delete. 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 Making sure. Delete. All right. Boy, there's a lot of these print statements here. Okay. $59 matches. Whole lot here. Okay. 50 matches. This is gonna take forever. Forever, forever, ever, 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 and ever. Ever and ever, and ever and ever. Hey! Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if the world runs out of love, we'll still have each other. I'm sure you love my singing. Okay, so unselection changed. Selected node. Room label. Add button pressed. Add a room to editor map. If the world runs out of love, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Okay, this is going to be, oh, I should go ahead and do that. Mute comments. Okay. Rooms dictionary values. Doors. Rewriting editor map. GD, focus on updating load all rooms, create doors from specs, and assign inbound rooms. Hmm. Okay. Okay, let's do the thing here. You know the thing. Okay, let's go to load all rooms. We're gonna start with that. Uh, rooms dictionary clear. Child rooms dot get children. Rebuild rooms dictionary. Update. Door visuals update. 110 matches. Okay, so let's find create. Wait, I can actually do it in here. Create doors from specs. Room. So create doors from specs takes a room as a parameter and then rebuilds. Okay, so doors equals duplicate. Okay, so we duplicate the actual doors. I don't remember why I have them duplicate it, but clear it, clear the duplicate. For door and doors, um, let's do something here. Let's print something out here real quick. Let's go ahead and clear this out. Wait, control find, 2 matches. Unsave button. Oh, it is only called when you save it. Okay, since it's working right now anyways, let's go ahead and print door dot id. Okay. Scene, reload, save scene. Okay, that's all right. Create doors from specs. So I guess this is the first test here, basically. Okay, so all I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna save room data, and hopefully nothing breaks. And it should tell me if there are any doors in there because I just cleared the doors duplicate and room data saved for okay. And so it did not run this at all. Okay. Create doors from specs. Okay, so this is superfluous. It doesn't need to be in there. I'm right. Okay. Since I cleared it. Oh. I see. For door, no. Create doors from specs is not being called. In rooms.get children. Room data saved for that's interesting. Why? Why would this be clear? It shouldn't be clear. Oh, door ID. Okay, of course it did. Of course. It ran. What am I thinking about? Okay, so for right now, for all intents and purposes, um, I do a duplicate because I want to clear out this properly, I guess. If door and door.get parent is equal to room, door owner equals null. Remove child door.q free. Door specs, new door equals room.doors.append new door, visual door create. Okay. Now the room has the editor map. So if I want to remove a function, I kind of get what I'm doing here though. We're duplicating the doors. Hmm. Yeah, I'm kind of stumped now. So, not that. Um, create doors from specs. Or door indoors. I'm going to ask it to analyze this function. I think this is the first function I want to actually move into the room class. That way, at least, Control C. I want you to analyze this script, and then, tell me a bit about it. Keep in mind that this version of Visual Door and Visual Room are duplicate duplicate room and door. As well as all the visual stuff. I'm going to change this soon. But right now, duplicate room and door as well as all the visual stuff. I want you to analyze code. Enter, Control V. So let's see what it says. Because I think there are a few things I can get away with. I had it duplicate. I had it acknowledge. Rebuilds the doors for a given room, a visual room instance, by parsing its door specs array, creating a new visual door instances, and updating the room state. Duplicates room.doors an array of visual door. Clears room.doors. Removes each door as a child node from room, freeing them. This ensures for start. Parse door specs. Iterates over door specs. Okay. Update door specs. After creating doors, reflect the current room state. Ensures door specs has 9 entries. Padding with empty strings. Emits a property list change. Signal and notify the editor of changes. Visual room duplicates room functionality. Room.doors is treated as visual door instances, not door, but causes issues. Transition. Yeah. Editor sets owner. Inherits dependency. Zooms room. and is visual room. Doors, visual door. Duplicating room doors. It's composition design. Yeah, that's fine. Current state works with the inheritance-based duplicating. This led to today's error. Future composition. Okay. It's not what I meant. Is it efficient? Should I move anything into or out of the function? I'm looking at the duplicating doors, and then look at the duplicating doors, and then clearing out the original doors, and then moving the duplicates from the scene hierarchy. Should I do them in a different order? Seek an analysis of the efficiency of the redoors. Creates a copy of room doors. There's clear room doors, NPC the original array. Remove duplicates this from scene hierarchy area to right to create new doors. Parse door specs, creates new visual door instances. Builds door specs based on the new doors. Duplicating room.doors creates a temporary array which is memory intensive for large rooms. To immediately clear room doors. Duplication is unnecessary. You can work directly with room.doors while iterating. Clearing room.doors before removing child nodes is fine, but iterating over the duplicated array to remove nodes is inefficient. You remove the nodes directly from the room's children, avoiding the duplication step. Redundant work. Function both removes all doors and rebuilds them, which is necessary for enter. Is efficient. Doing it in 2 phases to be streamlined. You don't need duplicate room doors. Instead, iterate. Clear the room doors and rebuild. This avoids the memory overhead. Combine cleanup and cleared first. Remove visual door nodes from the scene hierarchy by iterating room.get children, then clear room.doors. This ensures the scene tree create immediately after create new visual door instances and add them to room.doors. The final step, rebuilding the door specs, could be moved to a separate update door specs function in visual room. As it's a room specific operation. This keeps yeah, I'm going to do that, but that's not really what I meant, but that's okay. Create new doors. Okay, I thought I did this for a particular reason, but it's possible I was thinking of something else at the time. That is duplicating and then removing. So instead I just remove them. Oh, okay, so I think I duplicated them. I think I duplicated the array because removing them was causing problems. Like they weren't removed when they were supposed to. So by duplicating, it could remove items at its leisure, and thus I wouldn't have any audit errors. Does that sound consistent with the code? You're explaining why you believe duplication is necessary because removing doors directly cause issues. Doors not being removed when expected and duplicating allowed you to remove items at your leisure, avoiding odd errors. You're asking if this reasoning is consistent. Into temporary array, then clears room at doors, iterates over the duplicated array to remove each door from the scene hierarchy. Reasoning duplicating avoids issues where directly removing doors, iterating over room.doors causes unexpected behavior. Doors not being removed, iteration errors. Reason. Reasoning aligns with code and common challenges, iteration modification. Yeah, okay. And then removing each door from the scene hierarchy by using duplicated array avoids modifying room.doors during iteration, preventing those errors. Iterate over all the original doors without worrying about the array modification affecting loop. Right. By your approach works, you can achieve the same result with less memory area by iterating over the room.getChildren to remove visual door nodes, then clearing room.doors. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll try it. In fact, I'll modify it a little bit, and we'll do that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and take this little bit of code and Control K. No, Control C first, then Control K, then Control V, where I do it differently. And that is we're going to do this. We're going to put this after it. That there's that clear for door indoors, which is not in there for door in room dot doors. Door dot owner equals null. Remove child door queue free. Room dot doors clear. Now, see, okay, so here's the thing. Queue free wasn't exactly working right. In fact, there's some kind of weird, like, some weird warning about using queue free for that. And so I might end up with these same kind of odd errors. But I can always go ahead and just, you know, we're going to save it. We're going to reload save scene. Errors here, clear that out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to save it, save room data. Okay. There doesn't seem to be any problems here when I call it. Maybe, okay, so maybe what I'll actually do too is when I move it into the room class, maybe I will maybe I will leave the commented stuff out there still just in case it does like the same weirdo thing again. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's anything that weird here. Reload save scene again. And I mean, it looks fine. Everything looks fine. Now, let's go ahead and door specs. Let's just do this. Oh, okay, let's do the thing where I actually remove the door. So we're gonna remove it, hit enter. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and save room data. So, uh, reload save scene. Select it again. Respects. Okay. I don't know if I control Z it. Can I? No. Okay. So, okay, let's go over here. And let's go to store specs. Let's copy. Let's go over here. Let's go ahead and paste. And we're just going to make that surely a 1. That. Plus room data. Reload save scene. It just redraws the line. I can actually fix that kind of stuff later. I'm just making sure it works all right. So it does work fine. Okay, I guess was it um so I'm running it and it appears to work fine without error. So when I move it into the room class, the visual room class, I'll keep the commented out code just in case. Okay, so that's the first thing. The first thing is the commented out code. That being said, this is part of the editor map. This is not part of room door. Oh, I see. I can still do that. Uh, precaution, functionality. Yeah, so I'm just gonna make it so that that editor map does not access doors at all. So when I move the function into the visual room class, door.ge free should work the same as it does right now, correct? Current behavior, operate on self, the visual room instance, the equivalent calls would be self.removeChild. that door. Yeah, of course. I know. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, so we'll work the same method of node. Work the same composition tradition. Okay. So right now, all doing is attempting to move some of the. Oh, it's 1 a.m., huh? I have to get off of here like in a minute or two, I guess. Um, of the door access into the visual room class. I'll worry about composition and all of that stuff later, but right now I want the editor map to access doors via the visual room class. Okay. Let me move the function, well, copy it, and then let me migrate the function, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so the other thing is room.doors.clear, door spec, room.doorspecs, room.emit signal properly list changed. And I'll still have it do that. So basically, I just want to copy this whole thing over, except, let's do this. Control C. Let's go into Visual Room. And truncate text, get door by choice. We'll do that. And we'll go ahead and we'll Control V here. Now, of course, it's going to be all kind of screwy, sort of. And what I'm going to do here is okay, we're going to save it. It's not showing errors, but there is technically, I would say, errors. Create doors from specs, but instead of room, we are going to get rid of room. Okay. And let me ask something too. Do I need to use self dot whatever instead of just plain whatever? Because they seem to be functionally equivalent. Yes, right. Often be functionally equivalent accessing instance variables or methods in the same class. For example, visual room. If doors is an instance variable, both self.doors and doors refer to the same array. Self explicitly refers to the current instance of the class. Using whatever alone relies on GDScript's implicit lookup. First checks local scope, then instance scope. No local variable conflict. There's no local variable named whatever in the function scope. Whatever resolves to the instance variable. Self doors, no local doors. Non-shadowed methods, for instance, self and agile both work unless a local variable shadows the method name. Local variable setting. If the local variable in the function has the same name as an instance variable, whatever refers to local, not the instance variable, using self.whatever explicitly accesses the instance variable. Setter and getter functions, whatever is a property with the setter and getter, self ensures the setter and getter is called. Using whatever alone might bypass debugging. No local conflicts are equivalent, but there are no local variable. For instance, but it was clear. Expected use self for clarity. Explicitly using self makes the code clear. Okay, that's simple enough. And what we're going to do is we're going to say Control H. Wait. Control R. And no, let's not create doors and specs. Let's say room dot replace with self dot. And I'm just going to go ahead and even replace the commented out code, which will be fine. Replace, 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 replace. Okay, we're still in the dark class, right? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna use self. I'm gonna use self from now on because it's probably a decent idea. Okay. Room. Oh, equal to self. Okay. Now, this should just work like it does. I don't know if it will. It should, though. Okay? Okay. Let's go back. Okay, so let's go back to editor map. And then let's go ahead and find. Go ahead and close that. And find create doors from specs. And all I want to do is I want to comment this out and instead put in room.create doors from specs. So I do have some errors. What about room not declared specs? Load save scene. Okay. And okay, we're just going to save room data. Make sure there are no errors, which there doesn't look like there is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and Control C, Control V, and we're just going to do this. It doesn't matter if they cross over or whatever. I'm just going to make choice 2, do that, S, right, and we'll save the room data. Scene, reload, save scene. Okay. That's good. That works. That works, actually. And that works fine. And see, now this is it's switched them around because of their location. So I have to be mindful of that fact. Okay, and all I have to do is that. Let's see. Okay, let's see if this works like I expect it to. And it does. Good. Okay. Everything seems to be working, and so it looks like I got part one done. Now, since I have saved it, and also since I have put it back on GitHub, that means I don't mind find create doors from specs. All right, and that's this. And all I have to do here that. Okay. See, reload scene. No problem. Okay, that about does it for today. All right. Anyways, thanks for watching or listening or even just stopping by and giving me the time of day or something. And I will see you tomorrow at the proper time. Actually, I should do my little recording, a little extra recording. Okay. So today is still Thursday, May 29th, 2025, and on the super secret stream number 17, I um I I, I was mostly talking with Grok about my code because I'm gonna start redoing the thing where it'll be composition. In other words, visual room and visual doors are gonna have room and door as members. And to get that started though, I decided to move um, where is visual room? I decided to move create doors from door specs into the visual room class so that it makes it easier to route everything through the room class rather than through individual deals. And so when you access everything through the room class, then you don't have the problems that I had today. So that's what I did, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Okay, thanks for stopping by. Thank you for watching.